Today's video is on dividing fractions. We've spent a little bit of time reviewing multiplying fractions where we simply multiply straight across. So let's move on to division. So let's just remember that division of whole numbers is just if I have 12 divided by 3, that means I have 12. That's what I'm starting with, and I'm dividing it into groups of 3. So if I look at this, I'm dividing it into groups of 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 groups. So dividing is just breaking something into parts. Okay, so the same is true if I have a fraction. So if I have 2/3 divided by a sixth, that just means I have 2/3. Let's see if I can show my picture here. I have 2/3. That's what I have. And I want to break it into a sixth. This is a sixth. So my question is, how many of these red pieces here, these reds, if you can imagine, well, if I look, that's about the same. So there would be 1 here, there would be 2 here, there would be 3 here, and there would be 4. So I would have 4 groups of a sixth, because this is a sixth, a sixth, a sixth, and a sixth. Okay? So, but we don't want to have to draw pictures every time because that would kind of be annoying. So let's kind of figure out how we would go about solving this problem, this division problem, without pictures. All right, so to start with, we need to have a vocabulary word. We need to know what the word reciprocal is. The word reciprocal is simply, it's two numbers, they're reciprocals of each other if their product is 1. Okay, even easier here. If I say 1/3, it's reciprocal. All you're going to do is flip this number. This is its reciprocal. You simply flip it, okay, because it says their product is equal to 1. So if I multiplied straight across, it would equal 1. Okay, so this reciprocal, I simply flip the number and it becomes 6/1. That's its reciprocal. If I flip this number, that's its reciprocal. If I flip this number, that's its reciprocal. Okay, you're just flipping the number. That's all you need. Okay, that's important because we need to know that for when we solve the division problem. All right, so here's the rules for division. Okay, you're going to keep, change, flip. All right, so you're going to keep the first fraction exactly how it is. Then you're going to change the division symbol into multiplication. So you're going to change it to multiplication problem. And then you're going to flip the second number, or you're going to multiply by its reciprocal. Okay, so let's look at this problem right here. So we've got 3/4 divided by 1/2. So I'm going to do exactly what it says. I'm going to keep the first number. I'm going to change it to a multiplication sign. And I'm going to flip the second fraction. Okay, I'm going to flip it. So once I do that, it's simply now a multiplication problem. So I'm going to do exactly what I did before. I'm going to multiply. So 3 times 2 is 6. And 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, that is improper, so I should change it. So I want to know how many 4s goes into 6. So that's 1 whole. I have 2 left over, so bring my remainder on top. Always keep that same denominator. So 6/4 is the same as 1 and 2/4, which for some of you that are good at simplifying, that is the same as 1 and 1/2. Okay? All right, so let's do some examples. Okay, if we're talking about, we're just adding one more step from the multiplication. So it's from what we did before. It's not that difficult. Okay, so let me change colors here. Let me get a different color and let's try this one now. All right, so if I have here's my problem, 1/2 divided by a sixth. So I have a half and I want to know how many sixths are inside of there. So we're going to keep the first one. We're going to change it to a multiplication problem. And we're going to flip the second number. You always flip the second number, okay, over 1. All right, then multiply straight across. 6 times 1 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, that's improper because the top number is larger, so I want to know how many 2's goes into 6. That just becomes 3, and there's nothing left, so it's actually just a whole number. Okay, let's try the next one. I'm going to keep. I'm going to change it to multiplication, and I'm going to flip the second number. Then multiply straight across. I get 8 15ths. Okay, I can't simplify that. It's not improper, so that's my answer. Okay, oops, hold on. All right, let's try the last one here. So keep, oops, I changed my color again. All right, I'm going to keep, change it to multiplication, and flip the second number. So I'm gonna multiply straight across. It gives me 21 over 30. Okay, for those of you that are good at simplifying, you should know that you could divide both of those by 3. If I divide both of them by 3, I get 7/10. Okay, that's my answer. All right, so why don't you've got 3 problems to try on your own. Why don't you go ahead and try those 3 out, pause the video, and come back when you have your answer. All right, I'm keeping, I'm changing, and I flip. That gives me 9/10. Okay, I'm going to change my color here. I'm going to keep, change, flip my second number. That becomes 18/20. For those of you that are simplifying, you should see they're both even. So if I divide by 2, that gives me 9/10. Ooh, same answer, huh? Okay, next one, keep, change, and flip. Multiply straight across, and I get 30 over 7. That's improper because the top is larger, so let's divide. 7 goes into 34 times. That's 28. And there's 2 left over, so you bring a remainder on top. Keep the same denominator, so it becomes 4 and 2/7. All right. All right, you've got some work on to work with these. The next time we come together, we're going to work with mixed fractions. So I want you to kind of think about what we might do with that. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day.